Can the king save Lucy Connelly? Short answer, no. Long answer, also no, but we know you're here for the explanation. So, let's talk about the king, Lucy, and why the crown isn't coming to the rescue. So, who is Lucy Connelly? Lucy is a young woman who was recently found guilty of a serious crime. We're not going into graphic details, don't worry. But the trial was messy. A lot of people believe the verdict was wrong. Her case has gone viral. Now thousands of people are asking one big question. Why won't the king help? People are tweeting at the royal family, signing petitions, and demanding the monarch step in to save Lucy. It's emotional. It's dramatic. It's also completely misunderstanding how the UK works. Let's take a quick crash course in what the British monarch actually does. When people hear king, they imagine a ruler with immense power, like a Game of Thrones character who can command armies and overturn laws. But in reality, the modern king is more like a national mascot with a fancy job title. Yes, he's the head of state. Yes, he's on the coins and at all the fancy ceremonies. But no, he's not in charge of the courts, and he definitely doesn't get to decide who goes to prison or who gets out. Here's what the king can do. He gives royal assent to new laws, but this is symbolic. He can't say no. He formally appoints the Prime Minister, but only the one elected by the people. He opens Parliament and reads a speech, written by the government. He hands out knighthoods, OBEs and medals, shiny and cool, but not legally powerful. Now here's what he can't do. He can't overturn a court verdict, no matter how unfair it seems. He can't pardon a prisoner on a whim. That power was handed over long ago. He can't interfere in trials, police investigations, or any part of the justice system. And if he tried to, he'd be breaking constitutional law. Yes, the king would be the criminal. So as much as people want a fairy tale ending, this isn't a Disney movie. Lucy's case might deserve a second look, but that job belongs to lawyers, judges, and appeal courts, not the crown. But hang on, some of you are saying, what about royal pardons? Yes, royal pardons still exist, but no, the king can't just hand them out like party favors. Here's how it really works. If someone deserves a pardon, the decision is made by a government minister, like the Home Secretary or Justice Secretary. If they agree, then the king signs it. It's a ceremony, a tradition. The power belongs to the government, not the crown. So unless Lucy's legal team convinces the right minister to support a pardon, the king can't do anything. He's not allowed to choose who gets a second chance, even if he wanted to. Now, you might be asking, why doesn't the king have real power anymore? Because history. Hundreds of years ago, kings ruled everything. They could arrest people, take their land, start wars, and cancel laws if they felt like it. It didn't end well. There were civil wars, rebellions, and eventually, one king even got his head chopped off. People decided it was time for a change, and so the UK became a constitutional monarchy. This means the king is the symbol of the country, but Parliament and the courts run the show. Why? Because giving one person total control leads to abuse, fear, and chaos. That's why today's king has no say in court cases. It's not a glitch, it's the whole point of the system. We want justice to be decided by judges, not by someone born into power. Let's talk about what happens when serious controversy hits inside the royal family. Spoiler alert, even then, the royals tend to stay quiet. When Prince Andrew was accused of serious misconduct, it wasn't the king or the queen who stepped in to fix it. There were no royal decrees, no public statements from the palace demanding justice. It went to court. Legal teams handled it. Settlements were made. The monarchy, silent. Then came Harry and Meghan. Their exit from royal duties made global headlines. Their interviews exposed deep tensions, racism, mental health, family breakdowns. Surely this would prompt a royal response. But no, the family said as little as possible. What changed? Not much. Just some frosty Christmas cards and even frostier public relations. And then, remember 1997? The death of Princess Diana. The country was in mourning. Crowds filled the streets. The public looked to the monarchy for comfort, especially to the Queen. But for days she said nothing. No flag at half-mast, no address. Only after widespread public anger did she finally speak. So, what does all this tell us? If the monarchy won't intervene when their own relatives are in crisis, if they don't speak out during family scandals, exits, or tragedies, why would they suddenly break protocol for Lucy Connelly? It's not about cruelty. It's about consistency. It's not personal. It's policy. The royal family doesn't get involved, not in legal cases, not in family feuds, not in politics. That's the deal, and they've stuck to it. So, what can we do to help Lucy Connelly? Good news, there are real options, just not royal ones. First, there's the legal appeals process. If Lucy's lawyers believe mistakes were made, they can appeal to a higher court. That's the proper legal route, not Buckingham Palace. Second, there's public pressure. Not on the king, but on the government. You can sign an official petition on the UK Parliament website, write to your local MP and demand they raise the case, share accurate news, support charities that help with legal justice. That's how change happens, not with royal speeches, but with people power. Let's say it clearly. No, the king can't save Lucy Connelly. He isn't a judge. He doesn't hold legal power. He doesn't sign court orders or decide appeals. He's not a lawyer. He's not a superhero. He's not Batman. He's a symbol, a ceremonial figurehead, a face on coins, a man in a crown, a national mascot for pageantry and tradition. But when it comes to real decisions, legal ones, political ones, the king is hands-off. That's not a flaw in the system. That's by design. But here's the thing. You're not powerless. You can write to your MP, you can sign petitions, you can support legal appeals, you can speak up, organize and make noise in ways that matter. Just make sure that noise is pointed in the right direction. Because Buckingham Palace can't change the law, but Westminster might. Don't shout at the monarchy. It's not listening, because it's not allowed to. Shout at your government, the people you elect, the system that governs. That's where the pressure belongs. Contact your MP. gov.uk/findyourmp. This has been a friendly reminder. Tradition looks good on postcards, but power, that lives with people. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching.